In this hip class, we're bringing intensity into extension and flexion of the hips with a big emphasis on tabletop hip cars. You'll need a blanket or a pillow for underneath the knee and a block to place on your low back for our last round of cars. Come into tabletop, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread your fingers as wide as they can go. Push down to separate the shoulder blades and pull the ribs down and in. Walk the knees together. And then on an exhale, bring your right knee up into the chest. Squeeze through the front of the hip as tight as you can. Push down through that left knee and open up your right knee towards the side of the room like Spider-Man. Keep that knee lifted up high, hips square to the mat, and rotate the top of the knee down to the ground. Flip into internal rotation. Now keep that knee high as you sweep it somewhere in line with the hip. Back behind you, ribs down and in. Exhale, knees to touch. Take this second to reset your base. Push, separate the shoulders, ribs down and in. Exhale, stamp the foot to the ceiling. Notice if the belly drops and pull the ribs down and in again. Extension's really small. Now start to squeeze the outside of the hip as you take your knee wide, push down through the supporting leg. Try and find knee close to elbow as you bring the knee back underneath you, back to our starting position. Big squeeze. Exhale, lower it down. And we'll move through 2 more times. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, right knee to chest. Flex through the front of the hip as much as you can. Spine is long. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, push that knee out wide beside you. External rotation. Flip that rotation. Knee stays up as high as it can. Squeeze the outside of the hip and start to squeeze the back, the hip, the glute. As you bring the knee in line with the hip. Leg is straight or bent. Exhale, knees to touch. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, push, stamp foot to the ceiling, squeeze the glutes, and then to open up that knee nice and wide, push down evenly through both hands, straight arm to ground, sweep the knee to the chest, plant it down. 1 more repetition. Now remember, those compensations will happen. It's just becoming aware of them when they do happen and addressing them in the moment. So if you need to slow it down and move slower than I'm moving, go for it. Exhale, knee to chest. Squeeze it. Push, open up the knee to the side. Rotate your femur, internal rotation. Knee sweeps back in line with the hip, ribs down and in. Exhale, knees to touch. Take an inhale, prepare. Exhale, stamp the ceiling. We're moving slow. Rotate that femur, bring the knee wide. Arms are straight. Sweep knee underneath the chest. And release it out, shake it out. And let's find the other side. Give your wrists a pull, release some pressure. Knees come together, hands underneath the shoulders. And give those wrists support, gas pedal the hands down into the ground. Exhale, left knee to chest. Squeeze through the front of the hip. Push down through your right knee so you can have that support as you open up the knee towards the side, Spider-Man. Rotate an internal rotation in your Spider-Man and sweep that knee back in line with the hip. 1 breath, bring the knees to touch. Inhale. Exhale, stamp the ceiling. Start to take that knee, open up wide, hips stay level and grounded with the mat. Sweep the knee up towards the elbow, underneath the chest. Plant it down. We have 2 more. Exhale, knee to chest. Squeeze it. Push the ground away, open up the knee towards the side. Flip, internal rotation. Keep that knee up high as you bring it back in line with the hip. Brief touchdown, reset your base, and then stamp the ceiling. Pull that hip into extension. Open it up wide. Spider-Man your way all the way back to center. Squeeze through the front of the hip. Plant it down. 1 more rep. Set your base nice and firm. Exhale, knee to chest. Open wide. Rotate into internal. Sweep the knee back. Knees come to touch. Exhale, stamp the ceiling. Knee open up wide. Last squeeze as we bring it back to center. And let it go. Shake out the wrists. Take what you need through the hips. And then meet me on your back. Option to bring something underneath the back of the head for a pillow. And we'll work into the front of the hips, one leg at a time. Straighten out the left leg. Exhale the right knee to your chest. Interlace the fingers around your shin. If the arms feel short, you can also loop a strap around the ball of your foot. Now this is where we'll hold. Just feel out the front of the hip. If we relax our shoulders, does that knee get a little closer to the chest? Can you inhale and fill the belly, feel the pressure of your belly against your upper thigh? Then exhale slowly out the nose or the mouth and relax the shoulders once again. Let's take 5 more slow cycles of breath. Deep, full inhale and slow exhale. For 3, 2, last one. Engage down the left leg, push your heel into the mat. On an exhale, try to push your knee away from you on that bent leg. So if you could straighten your leg, but lock yourself in place with your hands. Find about 50% effort here. So if those hands weren't there, your leg would kick the ceiling. On your next exhale, can you grab a little bit more and find 60%? Let's find 70. Try to straighten that leg. For 80, squeeze it again. For 90, and let's hold max effort kick forwards for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take an inhale. On your exhale, try and pull your shin away from your hands by pulling your knee up to your chest. So we're squeezing the front of the hip. Ooh, if you start to feel a cramp, this is where you can stay. But if it feels okay, start to ramp it up again. Find 60%. Squeeze. 70. 80. Can you get even lighter on those palms of your hands? For 90. Find a max effort squeeze. Drive down the supporting leg. Let's hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you created a distance, lock it back in again. If you need to shake out the fingers, this is a great time. Readjust your grip. Let's take 2 more rounds. On an exhale, we try and fight the position we're in and push that shin away from us. Find 50%. 60, 70, 80. Now max effort kick. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale and exhale. Try and pull your knee towards your chest, out of your hands, 50%. Ramp it up, 60, 70, 80, 90. Max effort. Everything's grounded on the mat. Let's hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, shake it out. And then get ready for that last round. Our last round, we're gonna ramp it up even faster and we'll hold for 10 seconds. So actually less total time, but more time in that max effort. Same leg, exhale, knee to chest. Lock it in with the hands, squeeze it up towards the chest. Exhale, try and straighten out that leg. Find 50%. 70, 80, max effort hold. Let's hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, squeeze 10% more. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Now exhale, try knee your chest. Squeeze the front of the hip as much as you can, as fast as you can. 70%, 90%, 100 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. More. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Release it out. Now, before we repeat what we just did on the other side, let's do one more drill for this hip and challenge all that strength. Exhale, bring the knee towards the chest. Use your hands, pull the knee up, and squeeze through the front of the hip. Should feel really familiar. Now keep that squeeze, that intensity through the front. On your next exhale, release with your hands. And try to keep the knee right where it was with just the strength of your hip, limiting that rebound. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, let it go. Now, if that feels too easy, inhale, pull it in. Exhale, when you let go, also try to kick the sky. Inhale, pull in. Exhale to let go or kick. And let's do one more. Squeeze it in. And exhale, hold or kick for 3, 2, 1. Shake out the leg. Whew. Take whatever you need. Option to pause the video if you need some more time. And let's start to set up on the other side. Left knee to chest, interlace the hands. Over the shin, grab a strap around the ball of the foot. And that right hip is probably feeling really nice right now. And let that right leg relax. Let the left knee drift to the chest. And let the shoulders relax down to the ground. Every inhale, fill the ribs with air, the belly with air. And exhale to soften and relax even a little bit more. Five more slow cycles of breath. Two more. Shake out the fingers, shake out the leg. And we'll repeat what we did on the other side with this leg. Exhale, knee to chest, and push down through the right heel. Both legs are engaged, just in different ways. Exhale, try and kick your left foot towards the ceiling as if you could pull your knee away from you. We fight the position we're in. We find 50% effort, 60%, 70, 80, max effort squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw that left knee to the chest. Squeeze through the front of the hip. Try and take some pressure off those fingertips. And if you cramp, this is where you stay or just below that cramp zone. But if it feels okay, squeeze 60%, 70, 80, max effort hold. Let's squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale to release and an exhale to shake it out. And we have 2 more rounds. Squeeze that knee in. Exhale, fight. Try and push that leg away from you. Find 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90. Max effort hold. And we'll squeeze a little bit longer for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Now exhale, squeeze the front of the hip, 50%. 60, ramp it up. 70, 80, 90. Big squeeze, max effort for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. On this round again, last round, we grip it, we rip it, we grab as much as we can, as fast as we can. We'll hold for 10 seconds. So adjust your fingers, wiggle them out. Exhale, pull the knee into the chest. Inhale, prepare, drive down through the right foot. Exhale, try and push your knee away from you. Find max effort, as much as you can. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, squeeze 10% more. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale, knee to chest, knee to nose. Let's squeeze fast and hard. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 10% more. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Good work. Now, finishing it off just like we did the other side. Those hips are going to feel roasty toasty. Interlace the hands, grab your strap, bring the knee in towards the chest. Start to engage through the front of the hip as if you could knee your chest, and then take that support away. Limit the rebound. Draw it in, squeeze, and then let go. Let's do 2 more. Draw it in, squeeze, let go. 1 more, just like this. Squeeze, let go. Now, option to squeeze it in and let go, or squeeze it in, keep the squeeze and work to straighten the leg. And then draw it back in. Exhale, release. Draw it in. Exhale, release. And then try 1 more. Draw it in. Exhale, kick the sky. And let it go. Straighten out both legs. Take whatever you need until they feel recovered. And when you're ready, meet me in a kneeling 90-90. This is where it can be nice to have a blanket underneath the back knee. We'll bring the left knee out in front of us, right knee underneath us. Bring the hips a stack over that back knee. Bring the ribs down and in, tailbone tucks. What we've done here is we take our low back out of our lunge, and we're looking for a stretch through the front of the right hip. You might find this by rolling down. You might find this by rolling the inner thighs together and driving down through the right knee. You also might need to keep the ribs down and in, but pull yourself forwards ever so slightly. But wherever you are, find your stretch, something that you can sustain if you were here for another minute. And then all we have to do is just breathe. Big, full inhale in. Long, slow exhale out. 5 total breaths. Long, slow yoga breaths. Two more. Last one. On your next exhale, try and draw your right knee to your nose. As if you could close your hip. It's just not going to go anywhere. We'll find 50% effort. And again, we start to ramp it up. 60%. 70, 80, 90. Scissor the legs and give it 1 more last squeeze. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. Now exhale, try and open up the front of the hip a little bit more. Squeeze this back glute, find 50%. And this is gonna be really, really small. Find 60, 70. Really squeeze that back glute, 80, 90. And let's squeeze as hard as we can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, soften it out. You can shake out that back knee and we'll come into another round. This one, we'll ramp it up and hold for 10 seconds. So find your stretch so you know what you're fighting against. Ribs down and in. Exhale, right knee to chest, 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90. Max effort hold, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Notice how your ribs pull down and in when you try to bring your knee to your chest. Keep that same compartment, keep that same compression through the ribs. And then exhale, try to open up that hip 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90. Max effort squeeze. Work into that stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. And then last round, we go as fast as we can, as hard as we can, 10-second hold. Find your stretch in your lunge, ribs down, exhale, knee or nose, fast and hard. Find a max effort, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, squeeze, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, other direction. Try and open it up. Drive deep. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Bring the hands down to the mat or down onto your blocks. You can heel toe that left foot out just a little bit wider and start to tuck those right toes. Now again, ribs down and in, push that mat away. So we're flexing through that upper back. Now what we'll do here is really drill that hip extension. Keep the hips heavy. They're not gonna move. If you need to, zoom in on my knee. On your exhale, try to straighten out your leg from the knee. You're gonna squeeze your glute, push through the ball of the foot, and just take a little bit of pressure off the knee as straight as the leg can go while keeping the hips in the exact same spot. Parachute that knee back down to the ground. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, push. Try to work to straighten the leg. It might not straighten, that's okay. Let's try 3 more reps. Exhale, work that hip extension, and lower. 2 more. Squeeze, lower. 1 more. Cleanest rep yet. Find that squeeze to hold for 3, 2, 1. Parachute it back down to the ground. Shake it out. And let's set up for the other side. Left knee to the ground, onto a blanket. Right knee bends. And start to get upright. Stack the shoulders over the hips. You can tuck those back toes so you have more drive. And search for that stretch in the front of the left hip. Once you found it, we start to breathe in full and deep. And exhale nice and slow. If you've noticed that that little bit of stretch starts to fade, search for the next sticky spot. That could come from pushing down through the left knee, pulling the ribs down and in, a little internal rotation of that left thigh, and 5 more slow cycles of breath right here. 2 more. Now let's get into that work. Exhale, try and close the left hip. Draw that knee forwards if you can scissor the legs 50%. Then we layer it on 60. We squeeze 70, 80, 90, and squeeze as hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Now we try and drive that hip open. Exhale, push down through that knee, squeeze your glute 50%. 60, 70, 80, ribs down and in, 90. Rip your mat apart for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. You can shake out that knee if you need to. And we'll get into that 10-second hold, ramping up slowly, holding a little bit longer. Find that base. Exhale, find your stretch. And knee to nose, 50%. 60, 70, 80, 90. Find that max effort hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just that hip moves. Inhale. Exhale, drive it open. Rip the mat apart 50%. 60, 70, 80, 90. Max effort hold. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it out. Last round, grip it, rip it, 10-second hold. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, left knee to nose. Try and close that hip as fast and hard as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Give me 10% more. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, keep those ribs down and in. Exhale, work to extend that leg. It's millimeters of movement. Let's find 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale those hands down into a low lunge. Again, that block can come in handy. Make some space for the hips. Heel toe that foot out. Keep those back toes tucked. Palms to the ground. Push, separate the shoulder blades, and then pull the hips down into the ground. So big bend through that right knee. And keep pushing that knee through your 3 middle toes to lock your hips in place. Now we drill that hip extension that we just made. Exhale, work to straighten out the leg, even if it's just taking a little bit of pressure off the kneecap. And then lower it down nice and slow. Hips stay put, super small movement. Exhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower it down. So the goal here isn't a straight leg. It's how much can we find our hip extension, keeping the hips low and locked. Take another 2 reps. Work to straighten it. Parachute it down. Work, stretch through the front of the hip. That's the goal. Lower. And then last one, let's come into a 3-second hold. 3, 2, 1, and release it out. Rock yourself back. Give yourself some relief through that hip. And meet me in a tabletop for some tabletop hip cars. Last round of hip cars. Option to keep that blanket underneath the knees if you still need a little cushion. This has been a pretty knee intense as well as hip intense class today. And now your block will be on our low back. So this is giving us a reference point of what our hips are doing in space so that we can really drill the flexion and the extension with as few compensations as possible. Again, they happen. It's just becoming aware of them, and that's what the block helps us do. Now bring the knees together, hands underneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide. Block comes to that low back onto our sacrum. Exhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Now, if you round through your back, you'll lose your block. It'll fall off. So we keep the back flat and we just engage through the front of the hip. We challenge all that space and strength that we made. Push down through the left knee and open up your knee towards the side of the room. You find that Spider-Man. Notice if your block falls off towards the left side, if the hips open up to the right. Keep that knee lifted, internal rotation. And keep sweeping that knee high in line with the hip. Ribs pull down and in. You'll now notice you've got some sensation there if you drop through the belly because you have your block to tell you so. Ribs pull down and in. Exhale, knees touch. Now let's isolate that extension once again. Think hip opens, low back stays exactly where it is. This might be smaller and that's okay. Really get true with your movement here as you bring that knee wide to the side. Straight arm the ground, elbows are straight. Squeeze the knee up towards the chest. Back down to center. Now let's do one more rep on this side, moving really slow with intention. Exhale, draw that knee up towards the chest. Challenge your hip flexion. Back is flat. Push down through left knee, open up your knee towards the side. Keep it lifted, rotate your femur. Ankles high. Keep that ankle high, inner thighs rolling together, knee comes in line with the hip, ribs down and in. Bring the knees to touch. Whew, take a breath. Exhale, hip extension instead of low back extension. You've got it. Open up the knee wide. We're moving through mud. Start to squeeze through the front of the hip as you bring that knee back underneath the chest. Plant it down. Other side, last side. 2 more solid reps and then we're done for the day. Block on the low back. Set your base. Exhale, left knee to chest. Squeeze. You might notice a different side to side. That's okay. Work this side to its truest range of motion as you continue to move through your hip car. Exhale, sweep that knee back. Bring the knees to touch. Ribs down and in. Stamp the foot towards the ceiling. And when you can't move any further, we take that knee wide. Hips stay level. Try and bring that knee towards the armpit. Back is flat. Knee to chest. Plant it down. One last one. This is our last hip car of the day. Knee to chest. Push open wide. Internal rotation. Pull that knee back in line with the hip. Little touchdown. Exhale, stamp the ceiling. Knee wide once again. Knee to chest. Let it go. Shake out the wrists. Take whatever you need to find some rest, some relief. And if you're doing Feel Good Foundations, make sure to do your move video of the week to tie in all your mobility together.